Take me out to California. Take me out to California.
Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Holly Matthews and I am a speaker. I am a mum of 2 girls. I'm a self-development coach, an NLP practitioner and the founder of the Happy Me Project. I don't know whether my glasses are going to create a glare in this, but we're just going to get over it, okay? We're going to move on from this in our lives. So today I want to talk to you about expectation versus reality. Expectation versus reality. I did a Facebook Live this morning about this. If you want to come and hang out with me on Facebook every weekday morning at 10 a.m, I am doing a live on self-development, positive mindset, how we get through this crazy time that we are currently all facing in our lives. I have been trying to go on Instagram as well, but Instagram just doesn't fancy it. I think it's a little bit glitchy right now, so just didn't fancy it. But I have been trying to. The week prior to that I did 10:35 on Instagram, same topic, to try and reach a bigger audience, but it just doesn't fancy it this week. So I thought I would upload on here as well, make sure that you guys get all of the content that I've been talking about on there. So right now, so our expectation versus the reality of our situation is always where, or the chasm between the two. I'm really excited that I got to use the word chasm, guys. I'm such a word nerd. The chasm between those two things is where our unrest, our anxiety, our distress, our pain comes from, okay? Because we expect a certain thing to happen, we get that reality. And when we expect something and we don't get what we want, our brain's like, what? Why has this happened? This is awful. Now, right now, we are collectively feeling that because we are going, I had this expectation of this year planned ahead of me. I'm sure that at the beginning of this year, you imagined it, you visualized what you were going to do, the holidays, the weddings, the people you were going to see, the milestones you were going to hit in your business or your working life or your school life. And you had all of these, that's my computer there, shh. You had all of these expectations, and now suddenly the world is a different place and your expectation isn't matching the reality. And so we've already, you know, we've just suddenly had this slap across our face, slapping ourselves into reality where we've had to deal with the right now. And that's challenging, and we are all, I would say, still in a, you know, an adjustment period where we're having to move with this. Now, this is really the key to dealing with this difference between expectation and reality. It's that if we can start to become more flexible in our bit more loosey-goosey in our thinking, then we can move to from where we are to closer to the thing that we want, or we can move in a different way, we can do something different. So there is I think it's a Buddhist, and I want to say Buddhist loosely because I think sometimes people quote Buddha, don't they, and then they, like, it's not really from Buddha, it's from like John Thompson from Hull. I don't know, it's probably not, unless he's very, very Zen, Zen-like he might be. But it's some kind of Zen quote, and it is, we only lose what we cling to. And I think about that a lot, because when I feel upset or frustrated or angry, it's because I'm clinging to an expectation of something. I wanted a thing to be some way and it's not. I wanted a person to behave in some way and they're not. I expected this of myself and it's not happening, right? So when we cling to the thing, that's when we feel pain. So that's something to think about. So I want you to think about now in your life, when were you last can't speak today, really angry about something or whatever, you're frustrated about a certain thing that's happened. Think about it now. Now think about why you got annoyed. What was the expectation that you had and how was it not met? So we're in lockdown now, so I imagine that if you're in lockdown with somebody, they might be annoying you by now. I've got 2 kids, love them, but they're annoying me a lot of the time. The mess in the house is driving me insane. The fact that they're getting salt dough out and just like leaving it to dry stuck on the wooden table. My expectation is that they don't do that. The reality is that they are doing that. Now that's where we have an issue. So when you think about the last time you got annoyed about something, you have to think about what the expectation was that you had. And it's always about us managing our expectations about a situation. Now, managing your expectations doesn't mean being some weak wallflower who just goes, I accept everything and everything life throws at me, and that's it, I'm just not going to do anything, I'm going to lay down and deal with everything. No. What it means is you look the tiger in the eye, you deal with the reality of things, and then you move from where you're at. So you might have a plan about something. I might have a plan that my children don't stick salt dough to the wooden table and leave it to dry. I might have that plan in my head, but I need to work on, right now the kids are moving from one thought to the next. They're indoors, they're trying to not be bored, they're trying to think of things to do, and their little minds are whirring, and so if I lower my expectation, I can move from the plan. The reality is, right, they're feeling, you know, what can I do to help them and guide them to do that in a way that's based on now's reality. And it's the same for everything. When we fixate and we cling to the plan, let's say this year that we had planned, if we cling to it and go, it's still gonna happen, the wedding will still happen, I'm definitely gonna be able to go on that holiday, and we cling to that and we try to like obsess over the plan that we thought we had, that's when our pain is going to arise. When we just let go of that plan and we go, okay, breathe, that plan's not happening, what's a new plan? Okay, new plan is the wedding that I had planned. I hadn't got a wedding planned, by the way, I'm using it as an example. A wedding that I had planned, we're going to do that next year and hope that that will be a time to do it. We are going to go on holiday another time, and in the meantime we're going to watch Holly's YouTube channel and do virtual holidays in our own home, and we're going to do that. That's our new plan. That's what is going to help you by not clinging to the plan but remaining loose around that plan. One of my favourite quotes is by Charles Darwin, and it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but those most adaptable to change. Right now we are in this new space, and if your expectation is that the world will return to normality within the next few weeks or even this year, then you are going to be disappointed. Fact, just a fact. The world will likely never go back to how it was before. You might not expect me to say that, but that's the truth. We as people, as a collective human race, have shifted. We have changed. Good, bad, indifferent. We have changed. We are going to change. When big stuff happens in the world, things change after it. Some things will return to normality. Some things will go back to your normal, whatever that is. Some things will never return. They just won't. If you think about things in the past when we've had big events, 9/11 being one of them, one of the major events in my lifetime, you think things didn't change after 9/11, you're mental. Things changed after 9/11. People realised that terrorists did that. The airport changed massively. Our suspicion of people changed. Things changed after 9/11. Things will change after this. So the normal that you're clinging to, let go of it. Let go of it and move from this reality. This reality right now, in this moment, in this room, you're watching this YouTube, wherever you are, whatever's going on outside of that, you're in this moment. And you will deal with whatever comes when it and if it comes. Okay? That's it. Simple as that. You will deal with it. When you can bring yourself into this moment and stop your mind going to the worst things and bring yourself into right now and say to yourself this, right now, I'm watching this video. If anything bad happens in the future, I will deal with it. And then just manage those expectations. The more that you can do that, the better. I had a real long conversation with my daughters about expectations, and my thoughts are this year is going to be different. It's not going to be how I expected it to be, and that's it. But that's okay, and there are lots of good things that will come in spite of that. End of story. To me, this year will not look anything like normality to how we've seen normal in the past, and I am managing my expectations enough to understand that that's okay. Now, when we talk about managing our expectations, I'm not talking about having a negative expectation all of the time. I uploaded another video where I was talking about being lucky and about how you should expect good, and you absolutely should be looking towards the next good thing for sure. but it's about, there's a fine line between being negative and reality. And if you slip into going, well, I'll expect the worst and that'll be okay, then the good things will come. No, because if you're expecting the worst, the likelihood is you're training your brain to seek out the worst. It's not about expecting the worst, it's about going, okay, so if the worst happens, I'll deal with it. Yeah, but not focusing on what the worst could be, because that's not a good headspace. It's always about trying to bring yourself into this moment. The more you can be in the right now, the happier you will be. Focus on the past, focus on the future, you're going to feel this unrest. Simple as that. Think about the expectations that you have in your life right now. I did this on the live, this is not even gonna, it's a bit scribbly now. Write on a piece of paper, and I got this from, there's a book by Gary John Bishop called Un-F Yourself. I'm not gonna say it because I'll get demonetized, although have I already sworn this? Maybe. Un-F Yourself, and it's really good and has a section on expectations, which is why I started thinking about this today, because I was reading that this morning, and in there he has a thing where he says to you, write down on one side of the piece of paper what I expected to happen, the other side the reality of what's happening, and then look at the two. Now this isn't going to immediately make you go, oh well, that's great, that's fine, then I'm all better, I don't feel unrest at all. But what it will do is get you to look at it from an outside perspective and to work out how you can look at your reality in real time, forgetting the expectations of what was going to be, because it's not. So get over it, it's not. And I don't mean like get over it like minimizing what you're feeling. Have you cry, have all of those things, but move forwards is what I mean by get over it. Move forwards. What can you do? You can't do everything that you wanted to do. You know, you can't see your nan. You can't go to the shops in the same way you could before. Your holiday ain't happening. So what are you gonna do? And so looking at those two things and working on your expectation is the key to you feeling happy. What do you expect of your kids right now? I had a few people on my live saying, you know, they're getting frustrated with their kids. I feel it too. Or your partner or your parents who you're living with. You might have expectations of how they should be behaving and they're not. So what can you do to manage your expectation, to manage the pressures that you're putting on them and yourself right now? Because this is unprecedented times, guys. Be kinder to yourself and be kinder to those around you, because they're dealing with stuff too. My kids are messing up my house right now. That's them messaging me to tell me to hurry up, which is fine, because I should. And their expectation of me is that I should be downstairs by now, because I'm 10 minutes after what I said I was going to be downstairs, which is fine. But they'll be managing their expectation down there, going, okay, mum will be here as quick as she can. That's fine. But my expectation of the kids with the mess and things like that around the house, I have to go, okay, in the day the house is going to be a mess. We work it out afterwards. We work it out, because I need to allow them space as well. So it's about being kind to each other, to ourselves, and just managing our expectations. Was there any other part? I did write some things down today, guys. Sometimes I do. I'm just checking that I didn't like miss anything that I was going to talk about. I don't think I did. So yeah, it's about trying to focus on that. Try to find ways to manage your expectation, being kind enough to yourself, and always focusing on what the good bits are of the reality. You don't have to look at the reality, even though it's different, in stark terms, like everything's bad, because it's not. You're watching this video, you have access to the internet. Your world is not all bad, even if there's tough bits in it, which there will be, because we're human beings and life is full of ups and downs. But manage those expectations. That's the key to it, what you expect of others. And it's not about being a wallflower, it's not about being meek and mild and not doing, you know, not challenging things or anything like that, but it's about going, what can I do from this moment? How can I work from the reality that I'm in, and stop trying to cling and claw and at the thing that it was before, or the expectation of how I wanted it to be, and it doesn't look like that. Simple as that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumb, drop a comment, subscribe to this channel, and make sure, if you want to work on your mindset further, there's lots of links below this video, so you can do my Happy Me Project online courses, jump into my lives on Facebook and hopefully Instagram when it decides I'm allowed back on, and jump into my Facebook group, the Happy Me Project Facebook group, where I'm going to be hosting a meditation this Sunday evening, which you are welcome to join. It's not going to be some woo-woo thing. Anybody can do meditation. I'm a massive advocate, and I would love you to be there. Thank you so much for watching this channel and supporting me by subscribing. Wink wink, nudge nudge, my expectation is high. Joking. All right, peace out guys, speak to you soon.
Take me out to California. Take me out to California. I feel the day.